Welcome to Charles Travels, where we explore the hidden corners of our world and uncover the stories that make us human. I'm your host, Charles, and I'm delighted to share this journey with you today. As we begin, let's take a moment to appreciate the beauty of the natural world around us. The sun is shining, birds are singing, and the gentle breeze carries the scent of blooming flowers. It's days like these that remind us of the importance of connecting with nature. Speaking of which, our top story today takes us into the world of ecology, where a concerning trend has been unfolding. Ecologists, the very people who study and protect our environment, are spending less time in the field. A recent paper published in Trends in Ecology and Evolution highlights this decline, and it's got many in the scientific community talking. Imagine a young ecologist, eager to learn about the intricacies of the natural world. But instead of venturing into the wilderness, they're stuck in a laboratory or behind a computer screen. The concept of extinction of experience comes to mind, where we're losing our connection with nature, not just as a society, but even among those who are meant to be its guardians. As I travel through rural America, I've seen firsthand the impact of this shift. Field stations are closing, and universities are struggling to provide students with hands-on experience in the natural world. The reasons are complex. Financial constraints, time pressures, and concerns over carbon footprints all play a role. But as we rely more on remote sensing technologies and laboratory analysis, we risk losing something essential: our direct connection with the environment. I recall visiting a research station in the depths of the Amazon rainforest, where scientists were studying the behavior of exotic birds. The sounds, the smells, the feeling of being immersed in that ecosystem, it was an experience that stayed with me long after I left. And it's precisely that kind of experience that's becoming increasingly rare for ecologists. Now, I'm not suggesting that technology doesn't have its advantages. Remote monitoring tools can collect vast amounts of data, and analysis can reveal patterns that might have gone unnoticed otherwise. But as we move further away from the natural world, we risk misinterpreting data or missing subtle ecological interactions. As Masashi Soga and Kevin J. Gaston suggest, balance is key. We need to find a way to combine the benefits of technology with the importance of direct experience in the field. Otherwise, we may lose something more fundamental than data: our connection to the natural world itself. As we take a break, I invite you to reflect on your own relationship with nature. Have you ever had an experience that changed your perspective on the environment? Perhaps it was a hike through a national park or a quiet moment by a river. Whatever it may be, hold on to that feeling, and let's work together to preserve our connection with the natural world. We'll be right back with more fascinating travel adventures on Charles Travels. Welcome back to Charles Travels. I'm your host, Charles. We're taking a journey across the globe, exploring stories that touch our hearts and minds. In our first segment, we delved into the world of ecology and the impact of human actions on our environment. Now, for our middle segment, we travel to Melbourne, Australia, where a story of resilience and community is unfolding. I wanted to take you to the charming suburb of Yarraville, where a beloved Greek restaurant, Eleni's Kitchen and Bar, has been targeted by arsonists not once, but twice in less than a year. The owner, Eleftheria Amanatidis, is a woman with a passion for sharing her culture and family history through food. Her restaurant, named after her grandmother, has become a staple in the community, serving up traditional Greek dishes that bring people together. As I listened to Eleftheria's story, I was struck by her strength and determination. Despite facing not one, but two devastating attacks on her business, she remains committed to sharing her love of food and culture with the community. The latest incident occurred on Easter Monday, when a car was rammed into the back of the restaurant and set alight. Fortunately, firefighters were able to control the blaze quickly, but not before it spread to the outdoor dining area. What's remarkable about this story is the outpouring of support from the community. Neighbors, friends, and customers have rallied around Eleftheria and her family, offering messages of encouragement and help. It's a testament to the power of community and the impact that one person can have on those around them. As I reflect on this story, I'm reminded of the importance of preserving cultural heritage and tradition. Eleni's Kitchen and Bar is more than just a restaurant. It's a symbol of the Greek community in Melbourne and a connection to the past. Eleftheria's dedication to sharing her family's history and culture through food is a reminder that our traditions and customs are what make us who we are. As we take a break from this story, I want to leave you with a thought. In a world where division and conflict often dominate the headlines, it's refreshing to see a community come together in support of one another. Eleftheria's story is a reminder that even in the face of adversity, there is always hope and always a way forward. Stay tuned for our final story of the day, right here on Charles Travels. Welcome back to Charles Travels. For our final segment today, I'd like to take you on a journey through the charming streets of Sydney, where we meet a young woman with a passion for reading that's taking her on a unique adventure. Ava Maguire, a 21-year-old from the northern beaches of Sydney, has turned her love for books into an obsession, and she's sharing it with the world through her TikTok account, My Little Lost Library. With almost 3,000 followers across the globe, Ava is part of a larger community known as booktokers, who use the hashtag #booktok to discuss their favorite reads. What I find particularly endearing about Ava's story is her preference for buying books from independent bookstores. In an era dominated by online giants like Amazon, it's refreshing to see someone so committed to supporting local businesses and keeping the charm of physical bookstores alive. Ava's latest endeavor is participating in the Global Book Crawl, an initiative that encourages readers to visit independent bookstores in their area. Armed with a passport, participants get stamps from each store they visit, with rewards including free books and entry into a draw for more literary treasures. As I listened to Ava's story, I couldn't help but think of my own journeys through small towns and cities, where the local bookstore often becomes a beacon of community and culture. There's something special about stepping into these cozy spaces, surrounded by shelves upon shelves of stories waiting to be discovered. Ava's journey took her to 9 independent bookstores across Sydney, from Avalon to Balmain, each with its own unique character and charm. Her mission is not just about accumulating stamps in her passport, but also about discovering new authors, genres, and the joy of connecting with fellow book lovers. As we wrap up today's Charles Travels, I'm reminded that travel isn't just about visiting grand landmarks or trying exotic foods. It's also about immersing ourselves in local cultures, supporting small businesses, and finding communities that share our passions. Whether you're a bookworm like Ava or have another interest that drives your travels, remember that the journey is just as important as the destination. That's all for today's Charles Travels. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, keep on traveling.